Welcome back, friends. LostScarf here, and it's time for more Miles Edgeworth, Ace Attorney investigations. So hopefully this is the end. Maybe this one next episode. Here we go. March 15, 3:33 a.m. The Atrium Neutralis lobby. Mr. Alba, I request that you testify once more.
As if there was anything else for me to testify about.
I still have yet to fully prove that it was Mr. Alba who murdered Mr. Cochin. Well, I would like to hear about your movements before the murder occurred. I wonder if you could tell us about what you did here at the Theatre Neutralis.
Very well, I suppose I could tell you about that. Because about all I did was watch a Steel Samurai stage show.
Elaborating on even that alone is good enough for me. The only way for me to place this man under arrest is to pinpoint the exact location of where the murder took place, for that is the key to this investigation. Scratch. Itchy. The Steel Samurai show.
I watched from the last row. The stages were lit, but it was dark out in the audience. I swear I was there in the audience, but it's hard to prove that, I suppose. I do remember the contents of the show very well, though. Is that proof enough for you? Those moving scenes were seared into this old man's heart. I'll never forget them.
Is that so? So you were in the theater proper, watching the Steel Samurai stage show, were you?
Of course I was. I have a great fondness for the Steel Samurai show. I was gonna say show.
Yeah, I was pretty cool up there, wasn't I? You're not the one who was cool. It's the Steel Samurai who was cool.
Yeah, the Steel Samurai's special finishing move today was really something, huh?
Huh? Hey, Edgy! Who is she? Who's the super cute girl? Ah, crap. Hold on. How old are you now, bro? Okay. K, 17, which I guess is legal in some states. And Larry is 25. I guess you age them up a little bit, it wouldn't matter. But right now, she's just 17, bruh. I assume she's 15 in the Japanese version, too, by the way. There's no way she's this old in that version. She's been standing here this whole time, and only now he notices her. Her name is Kay Faraday, and she's helping me in my investigation.
I didn't get to introduce myself earlier, but better late than never.
Yeah, it's okay. I learned what? Correct response.
Silence in the peanut gallery. There's no time for such trivialities at a time like this.
Mr. Prosecutor, this is the final battle. You got that? I know. This is the end. For that man there. Now that's the kind of thing I like to hear. I think I'll give the trusting you a try, Mr. Prosecutor. Or rather, Mr. Edgeworth. I leave this critical battle up to you, Mr. Edgeworth. Have no fear, I will finish the job. Unless it's against Phoenix, then balls. Balls every time. This really is the end game. You say that like it's true. This game always lies about that. This really is the end game. The time has come to expose every last one of Mr. Alba's lies. Is that so? Steel Samurai Show. Get ready to press. He is impressed. There we go. Hold it. The last row? I should think that Ambassador would have had special seating reserved.
I wanted myself to enjoy the Steel Samurai show as well. So I gave up all of the good seats for them. It was enough for me to simply see him.
Hey, the Steel Samurai wasn't the only hero. Let's not forget about the Pink Princess here.
My dear madam, if you continue to thrust about like that, your hip may begin to hurt again.
Oh my, well aren't you the considerate person when you want to be? But this young butterfly is on the side of Edgeworth, so you could spare me the flirtatious commands. Wow, he's completely frozen.
In frustration, perhaps, I dare say she can be one rather trying opponent. In any case, Miss Alba, can you actually prove to us that you are watching this show? I hate... Since I always record these after work, I'm always a little sleepy. Are you admitting, then, that you may have no way of proving to us that you are watching?
Objection! There it is. Quiet, you're buzzing my ear like a pesky little fly. If you don't wish to listen quietly until the end of what I have to say, then perhaps you should pack up and get out of my way. Woo! I see that you're willing to be a bit more receptive now. Well, it's true that I may be difficult to prove that I was out in the audience. I do remember the content of the show very well, though. Is that proof enough for you?
Nope. Tell me. Tell me, bitch. Well, I remember the content of the show as well myself.
That's nice.
That's nice?
Miles Edgeworth, don't allow yourself to be riled up by him at this important juncture.
I wasn't planning to let him. Well, if you ask me, I think I'm the biggest Steel Samurai expert around here. And didn't you think the climatic scene of today's show was just totally awesome?
Yes, I remember that well, and that spectacular special move. The way he delivered the final blow against the evil magistrate, or last summer rain jab. Oh, that scene will live on in my heart forever.
Is that how it went? Yeah, I totally forgot about that. How can you forget about your own special moves? Ice Kitsune. That's the special attack that the Steel Samurai uses when he's using the Samurai Spear.
Yes, and today was the first time they showed it off. Was it not? If I hadn't watched the show, then how could I answer you with the name of the move?
I suppose you are correct, but if you could please elaborate on this point for me?
One of the scenes was of his never-before-seen early summer rain jab move.
Alright. Early summer rain jab? Was that the move that was to be unveiled today?
And because I saw the brand new special move, I believe it confirms my alibi.
How sad. The only way he's got to protect himself is that he wants to steal Samurai. I guess this guy really has nothing else left.
Yeah, Alba's dealing with the biggest Steel Samurai fan in the room, and he's taking him on. This is not going to go well for him. Yes, and to avoid arrest, you can bet he'll say or do anything. But with all of us here, there will be no escape for him.
Yeah, we'll find a way to bring him to justice.
Now then, let us continue with your testimony, Mr. Alba.
Very well. The Steel Samurai special move, and various other scenes.
Yep. I read this part already. Boop. I agree. Today will be a day to remember. Especially when we finally make you pay for the crimes you've committed.
What?
Hey, that's what the Steel Samurai says when he defeats the evil magistrate.
Actually, that line was just something I ad-libbed. You may act all surprised, but naturally you remember this line, don't you?
Of course I do. I just now understand how the evil magistrate felt, that's all.
Then allow me to make you identify with the evil magistrate some more.
Hey, then that makes you the Steel Samurai, huh?
Well, if you had to complete the analogy, I suppose then yes. And I do believe it's about time to bring the curtains down on this with a bang. Kay and myself were also in this audience of the Steel Samurai show.
He's got nothing on the German Ninja, but he was still pretty cool enough, I guess.
Wasn't my brand new special finishing move totally rad? No, don't tell me. It was you who thought up the special move? Yep. Now what was it again? Extremely silly rain jab. Was that it? No, wait, it was stubble break and chop. That doesn't sound quite right. How can you forget a move you came up with? Final piece to Mr. Alba's alibi is that he was watching the Steel Samurai show. However, if he was busy killing Mr. Kochin, he should not have had time to do so. Where do we go here? That's the question we gotta ask ourselves here. Where do I go? It's gotta be here, right? But what do I present? What would I have that would be an answer to this? Early summer rain job. There it is. That's the correct name. Early summer rain job. Alright, we're gonna skim save. Let's see if this is it. I don't have much HP. Save. Okay, let's see it. Present. There it is. But why is this the thing? I'm curious. I don't get it. Like, that seems like that'd be... Apparently that's not the answer. Alright. The special move today was the early summer rain job? Is that your final answer? That bitch Blazy does.
You little irritating gnat. You think you can trip me up asking the same question over and over?
That was not my intention. Your testimony is more than sufficient. However, I believe it would be wise for you to take a look at this.
The samurai spear? What about it?
This spear actually never made it on stage today.
Excuse me?
Oh! Oh, I thought he broke it after. Unfortunately for you, tonight's Steel Samurai happened to be a goof of a young man with an abundance of useless hot-bloodedness. Having said that, said useless man bent the spear during his rehearsal this evening. I do not remember that detail. Okay, do you remember what the Steel Samurai special move was tonight?
It was the Steel Samurai sushi swash.
Oh, she said that at the start of this whole thing too, I think. Correct. Because he couldn't use the spear, a last-minute change was made. Had you really been watching the show, you wouldn't have known the move that was used. Quirkus Alba? You didn't watch even a single minute of the Steel Samurai stage show tonight, did you? So if he wasn't watching the show tonight...
Then it opens to the possibility that he was mad busy killing Mr. Kochin instead.
So where were you during the show? I demand an answer now.
Heh.
Just what is so funny?
You're so sloppy, and so are your conclusions. I still insist that I watch the show, or most of it in any case.
What do you mean by most of it?
Ah, you see, during the show I left my seat for a spell to visit the bathroom. I assume that was when the dramatic scene was played out on stage?
That's the lousiest, lamest excuse I've ever heard in my life, pal. Ugh. Just because I got the name of the move wrong. We can't really use that as proof that he didn't watch the show at all. Gnurk. I was in the bathroom. Ding, yeah.
As a fan of the Steel Samurai, I had wanted to watch the entire show. Honest.
As a Steel Samurai fan? As someone who wasn't even in his seat for the climax of the show, you have no right to call yourself a Steel Samurai fan, ever. Hold it. You said hold it, right? No? Huh?
Who was that just now?
Good question. It would be I, young lady. Larry, what are you doing interrupting me like that? Edgy, just hold on for a second, I beg. You may never accept this old man as a Steel Samurai fan, but I totally think he's a Steel Samurai-maniac. Okay. What exactly is a steel maniac, pal?
I believe he meant to say Steel Samurai Maniac.
Yeah, shut up Larry feels right now, doesn't it? Yeah, and trust me, I know a real fan when I see one, because I'm a Steel Samurai. I will never acknowledge you as the true Steel Samurai.
What are you getting so worked up over, Mr. Edgeworth?
It appears that the real Steel Samurai recognizes me as a fan. As well as he should, for I'm a fan. It's not as though I missed the entire show. It was a most amazing show, filled with the spirit of the young and young at heart.
The sarcasm dripping from his long wooden nose wouldn't run any thicker.
Couldn't run any thicker. Getting the name of the move wrong only proves that he didn't watch the last scene. What I really need here is something more definitive. It'd be nice if on camera would whip Larry quiet. Yes, I agree. Something that links Mr. Alba directly to the murder of Mr. Cochin. You know what, Grabs? You're really something else.
I'm honored to receive such praise from the Steel Samurai, but what is it for?
Well, I was just wondering how you found out about the early summer rain jab. Ooh. That move was a bit of a secret that only a small portion of the staff knew about. Wait, it was a secret? Larry, wait, what did you just say? Huh? Did I say something stupid again? Did you say that the early summer rain jab was actually a secret? Well, maybe I shouldn't have said secret. It's more like we only decided on the name of the move right before the start of the show.
Right before?
Yeah, the stage director was going nuts because we were supposed to debut the move. About 5 minutes before the show, we threw it up on the dressing room's white board. Early summer rain jab. That's kind of how we decided on the name of the move. But by the time I had already bent the spear, so I guess the whole thing was kind of pointless. Yeah, it means we have a leaker, yeah.
All of you Steel Samurai actors are the same. The director has my complete sympathy.
So basically, because we changed the move to the sushi slash, we kind of pretended that the early summer rain jab didn't exist at all. I mean, it'd be bad if someone found out that we'd changed the move, so we made it a secret. So basically, a gag order was issued for publicity's sake.
It almost makes the early summer rain jab sound like a lost art.
Yeah, which is why I think most of the staff haven't even heard of the move.
Oh, those lips of yours still.
What the heck, old man?
I've done nothing but listen from what I can tell, and from what I can tell, it's all unrelated to the case. Also very tedious and a pointless exercise and wasting time, much like a kid's show.
Mr. Alba, I believe the one who should be quiet now is you.
How dare you!
I suspect that you've already noticed exactly what the very severe implications are in this man's testimony.
Ah, so now you're trying to bully me, huh? There are no implications to be read into a behind-the-scenes story of a kid's show.
Don't even think about trying to slither your way out of this one, Quirkus, Alba. You were the one who said it yourself, that the name of the move was Early Summer Rain Jab. But that name was only decided upon right before the show was about to start. Yes, everyone bullied the old man.
So, just what are you driving at?
That the name of the move he told us was never used in the show or said aloud. Now then, would you care to tell us about how you found out the name of the move? Because I can only think of one way you could have known. Quirkus Alba, this is the only way you could have known the name of the special move. You thought up, yes, about it. You saw it. You knew the name because you saw it. You saw it on the dressing room's whiteboard. The staff members who knew were keeping it a secret. So you couldn't have simply gone up to a staff member and asked. Which means that the only other option left is that you saw it on the whiteboard.
That means that Mr. Alba was in the waiting room at some point, right?
But what's the big deal, sir? I don't see what that matters. There's another piece of evidence that has a great deal to do with the dressing room. So we can't afford to let this slide. This is related to both the dressing room and Mr. Cochin's murder. I had no idea, so let's look. The cart! The push cart. He took the push cart. The push cart that was used to move the body was right there in the dressing room. During the show, the push cart awaited its turn to be pushed on stage in the dressing room. And it was finally pushed there, along with the Iron Infant, in the last scene of the show. The body was right there the whole time? Oh god! That's something else, oh god! Then right after the show ended, it went into Alabast along with the Steel Samurai. Which means that the only time the killer could have placed the body inside the pushcart was when the pushcart was in the dressing room backstage.
So basically, the killer was has to be someone who visited the dressing room during the show.
Precisely.
Oh, but wait. What if, and this is just a big what if the murder didn't take place in the dressing room?
What do you mean, Kay? Oh, okay, that hurt my eye. What the hell was that? I have to admit, she brings up a valid possibility. During the show, the dressing room was supposed to be devoid of people. Anyone going into the private dressing room would stand out like a sore thumb.
But despite that, the killer still managed to move the body with the pushcart.
Correct, and it is because of the setup of the theater's dressing room that it would be the ideal location for the murder of Manny Cochin. Quercus Alba, during the show he went down to the dressing room, and I want to know why.
Yes. Yes, I was right there. I went into the dressing room.
I knew it! I'm placing you under arrest now, pal. You got that? Arrest!
Objection! Bitch, please. Not so fast.
What is it now? There's the voice.
Don't I deserve a chance to explain myself?
Explain? What is there to explain?
I believe I told you earlier that I went to the bathroom, but I got lost when I did. Wanted to ask for directions, but when I opened the dressing room door, no one was inside. And that's when I saw the name of the move on the whiteboard.
You punk. Still trying to get out of this.
Do you really think you can get away at this point?
Just trying to find the bathroom and he found a murder.
Mr. Edgeworth, isn't there anything you can do to stop him?
I don't have enough evidence on hand to do anything. I don't have the airtight evidence I need to put this man away for good. But if that's what I need, then perhaps... Agent Lang, I believe investigation of the dressing room is in question is in order. It's possible that we may find new evidence there. Yeah, if Mr. Edgeworth pokes around in there, I'm sure he'll find some new facts, pal.
Oh, if we use a thief, we may even learn something about from a recreation.
We don't need to do any of that.
What? Wolfie, how could you?
Oh my, Wolfie. I'm not saying this to be mean. It's just that we've already searched there. My men really are something else.
And they found nothing?
There's only one thing I can say to you, sis, and it's that we found nothing. That's it.
I guess you're right. If they had found something, they would have reported it to us.
They couldn't find anything because there was nothing there to find.
And if there is no info to feed the little thief, I can't do much to help either.
Is this the end? The murder took place in this theater. It is not protected under extraterritorial law rights. And the fact that it was Mr. Alba himself who committed the murder. If I can't prove both statements to be true, Mr. Alba walks away a free man. Is there no other course of action left to us?
It would appear that your hand of cards has turned out to be a bust. Now if you'll excuse me, because of you people, I missed my flight.
I must make haste to arrange for a new one.
Who said, "Who this time?"
Who is it this time?
Is the pink princess?
Yep! Oh, they're right there, you whippersnappers!
First Larry, and now you?
What is it with that scary mouse-like scowl on your face, Edgy Poo? Don't treat me like I'm some sort of nuisance. I've been meaning to say this, but all of you keep talking about things I don't get at all. You're all leaving this lady in the sad, depressing, lonely dust that I'm about to cry in.
Why did you have to speak up right at this instant?
But you know what, Edgy Poo? Cheer up. Because I'm about to give you the most wonderful thing.
The most wonderful thing from you?
It's so super special that I couldn't give it away to just anyone you know. My special present of love to my sweet Edgy Poo. Are you ready? Is this?
It's... It's a box of the samurai dogs, right? I should have let the line go and then read.
Yes. Oh, Edgy Poo, here you go. Go on and eat one and you'll feel as right as rain. Rich, please. Are we through here? Why did everyone get so quiet all of a sudden? Edgy Poo, tell me you understand the depths of this lady's love for you. I'm not the one who had to hand out snacks willy-nilly, you know. No, sir.
I looked at chat for one moment as she's going off. Oh my god, I can't catch up to start going.
Miss Edgeworth, can't you do anything about her?
There's no power on earth that can force that woman into silence. Oh god, she's stabbing at me.
I'm so sick and tired of it. All you people do is look down on me. Even this box of samurai dogs played me for a fool. It had a special design on its fan, like the Japanese flag, so I thought it was so special. But when I ate one, it tasted just like all the rest. Oh, it made me so mad.
Wait, a special box with a Hinamura-like fan on it? I've never heard of such a piece of merchandise existing before. However, there it is. The red rising sun on this fan is filled in. Is it possible? Could it be? Oh my god, is that blood? After the show, the samurai dogs were piled up on the dressing room floor. However, there's no such thing as a rising sun dog. Rising sun dogs, taken from the dressing room, the fans. Rising sun is filled in for some reason. Yeah, I'm sure not even Von Karma's whip would stop Old Bag, yeah. This contradiction of facts between something that should not exist and yet does. The rays from this rising sun may be just what we needed to point us in the right direction.
A present?
The studio bigwigs basically told us to play delivery boys. We're supposed to hand the dogs off to the embassy people and tell them hi. I had to pile them all up in this pushcart just to move them all. Oh. They were in the pushcart and then they weren't anymore. There was a body in the pushcart instead. So if Larry opened it at any point thinking there was hot dogs, he would have found the body himself. Oh god, that would have been a mess. That made this a very bad plan. A very bad plan indeed. We just got logic. I believe you understand what this means, correct? You killed Mr. Cochin at this theater and then placed his body inside the pushcart. Do we even need logic? We know what it's gonna be. And then, you forced the Steel Samurai to unwittingly move the body for you. It's time to piece the final piece of this logic puzzle together. No matter how fragile or small the connections may be, once we've found them all, the way to the truth will be revealed. I only have 2 left. I have 3. 5 samurai dogs were sitting in the pushcart. Taken from the dressing room, the fan's rising sun is filled in for some reason. The other placed Mr. Cochin's body into the pushcart in the dressing room. Am I doing this backwards? Yeah, I did the backwards. Blah. I like I'm getting the only two possible mistakes right there. Now I gotta get the right ones. The samurai dogs and the pushcart. Oh my god. I am so smart. I gotta check the time. Okay. The killer used the pushcart to transport the body, which means that they had to remove the samurai dogs from within first. Therefore, the samurai dogs that were piled up on the dressing room floor were most likely taken out of the pushcart by the killer. It means they got blood on the hot dogs. That which should not exist, this box of samurai dogs with a Hinamoto on it. This red rising sun was filled in when the killer was busy removing dogs from the pushcart. Then it's proof that the murder took place in the dressing room. As long as this red substance turns out to be what I believe it to be. Blood. Wendy Oldbag. Ah, yes. I thank you. What you have given to me is truly something very special.
Edgy Poo!
Mr. Edgeworth, are you sure you're feeling okay, sir? Mr. Alba, as I suspected, you killed Mr. Cochin in the dressing room.
Rich, please. How many times must I listen to you repeat yourself? Haven't you figured it out yet? Your words are meaningless, worthless, and powerless. The only way I'm going to continue to cooperate is with some definitive evidence.
That arrogance, that self-confidence. You believe that you've erased every piece of evidence that could incriminate you? However, there remains one piece here, and it is what will put you away for good.
Ah, you're bluffing.
Oh, hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Sounds like you finally found them. You finally found the fangs. We need to go after this guy's jugular. So tell us, what about that box of samurai dogs is going to put the old man away? The trace evidence that will bring him down? Why, it's here, of course. This box of samurai dogs with the rising sun fan on it. This should never have existed. So I want you all to take a good look at this red spot. It's a single drop of blood.
Huh?
What?
Blood, you say?
Agent Lang, I'd like this blood analyzed post-haste. I've got to admit, I'm a bit surprised. I can't believe we found blood in a place like this. Hey you! Get this down to the lab, pronto.
But why was there blood on that box to begin with?
If we think about the flow of the crime, I think the reason will become obvious. Larry, you said that you transported the samurai dogs at the pushcart, correct? Yeah, yeah. You have a great memory, Edgy. That pushcart was a bit too big for my son, you know what I mean? So to make sure everyone could see him, I had to pile some stuff in. To make sure everyone could see him, I had to pile some stuff in. I figured the samurai dogs were there, so I used them to fill up the cart. If what Larry says is true, then what were the boxes doing on the floor? I see. The killer took them out in order to place the body in the pushcart. Exactly, and that is when I believe the victim's blood found its way onto the box. But when my men investigated that room, not a single box of samurai dogs was in there, because embassy staff members had already confiscated them. Yes, no doubt to hide the evidence of the murder.
It's a good thing Miss Oldbag managed to steal that one box before they got to them, huh? Looks like Miss Oldbag also managed to put this great thief to shame.
Yeah, what a scandalous way of putting it.
I didn't steal, I received it from myself.
Workers Alba, I'd say this is one very fatal oversight on your part.
Sorry to rain on your little love fest, however.
How? How can he still be so self-confident in a no-win situation for him like this?
Even if the blood turns out to belong to Mr. Cochin, then what? So, Mr. Edgeworth, it sounds like he's not ready to call it quits yet, huh?
The sole piece of evidence that was left on the scene of the crime? That alone has shed light on a new fact. At the very least, we now have proof that the murder occurred in the dressing room.
And you say that like it means something. Huh?
Excuse me, sir. Report. What were the results of the analysis? Sir, the analysis came back and confirmed that the red substance is blood. I knew it. With his Quercus alba.
Mr. Edgeworth, I wonder if you might humor my question.
Your question?
The one from before, or have you forgotten? Even if that is Mr. Cochin's blood, what difference would it make?
Like we already told you, it proves that the crime scene was that dressing room.
Well, it doesn't prove that I am the killer, does it?
That's... he has a very good point. The blood on that box doesn't prove that Mr. Alba is the killer.
Then, his evidence is meaningless.
That can't be. We were so close, sir. Oh my god, my throat. I need to get water. I need water.
I want to smack that smug look off his face. Come on. There's gotta be something we can do.
We finally found a solid piece of evidence. There must be something I can expose with it. Ah! I can't think of a single thing.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be on my way. No! The baby? What was it? It's too late. I won't allow anyone to stop me now.
It wasn't me, pal. And it wasn't me this time, either.
It wasn't me either.
It was me. Who could it be? The forensics guy? Why did you... because I haven't finished reporting everything to you yet, sir. There's more? What? Hurry up and spit it out. Yes, sir. That blood I mentioned. It's not of the same blood type as the victim's blood. What?
No.
What? Oh, the wound on his freaking shoulder! Oh, snap! That's where the wound came from, not this okay. Ooh! What do you mean it's not the same type? You mean it's not the victim's blood? If it isn't his, then who the hell's is it? Who do you think? I don't know, sir. All I know is that it's not the same blood type as the victim, sir.
What should we do now, Mr. Edgeworth? I have no idea what's what anymore.
Neither do I.
My, what an amusing turn of events. That blood drop proves something to be true, all right. Namely, my words.
And which one of your words would that be? Oh god, what if it was Mai who just possessed a guy?
The ones where I said that... Oh, it'd be me. That your words are meaningless, worthless, and powerless. That blood has nothing to do with the murder investigation whatsoever. Did I remind you that the blood got onto that box long before it entered my embassy? What sort of nonsense?
Yeah, it's blood, pal. There's no way it's not related to the murder.
So you would like to believe? But what if someone preparing the semi-dogs had a small nosebleed? What then?
I guess that's possible. Damn it. Have we been wasting our time on a red herring?
The blood doesn't belong to anyone connected to the case. That should be clue enough.
Quercus alba, you bastard. Just let that bitch please hand.
Silence! Don't you ever address me as with such a filthy word again. I waste enough time here with you, and you have your answers. Now let me through.
But it doesn't matter where you run off to. You'll never escape me. Someday I'll have the satisfaction of sinking my fangs into you. You'll see. And all of Interpol will be behind me, working to see to it that day comes.
Do you know what your words sound like to me? They sound like the whinings of a pathetic loser of a mutt.
Ugh. Aroo. Is this really the extent of all that we can do? Is the blood really from someone completely unrelated to the case? Or is this another possibility? Someone else other than the victim? Just when I thought I had him backed into a corner, it is I who have been backed into one. In a situation like this, what would that man do? What would he who can turn any desperate situation around do? What would Phoenix do? The greatest man ever known. That I want to be. I'm just gonna keep adding things. Phoenix is better than Edgeworth. Go! Turn it around? That's it. I must turn my way of thinking around. It's not whose blood is this. It's whose blood could get onto the box like this. And if I think about it that way... If the blood got onto the box when the body was being placed onto the pushcart, then the owner of said blood must have been in the dressing room at the time. And there's only one person that could be.
Well, I must praise you for trying so hard. It's because of you kids that I was removed from center stage, and will be forced to live out the rest of my life in the shadows, unfortunately. But it's not a total loss, as the underworld will allow me more freedom than you'll ever know.
Just getting to admit that.
Freedom like what the raven feels as it flies through the dark night sky. You can't lay a finger on me, not now or ever. The law is powerless before me.
Powerless, is it? I wouldn't be so sure that if I were you.
What do you mean?
Allow me to describe you in a single word. Pitiful.
Pitiful? How so?
Quercus alba, your wings were clipped long ago.
Eh?
And for someone who was trying to fly away on them without noticing that fact, pitiful is the perfect word to describe you.
Mere words. What do you mean by his wings equipped, Miss Edgeworth?
Just what you think it means, Kay. We had already caught him in our trap a while back. With an incredibly powerful definitive piece of evidence. Hey, Earth of Mr. Prosecutor. Care to speak in English? What are you talking about? What piece of evidence? The piece I speak of is, of course, this drop of blood.
But we know that it's not the victim. I don't see how it remains relevant in the case at all.
Miss Von Karma, I believe that is exactly why it's very important to the case. And the part that is the most important is the fact that it's not the victim's blood. You're looking a little pale. Good, then I believe you're already aware of what I mean. Then you know who the blood belongs to. Who else could it be? Honestly. Of course I do. This piece of evidence is the irrefutable proof that will stop the killer in his tracks. The blood that soiled this box of samurai dogs belongs to this person. Mr. Poliano. Okay, hold on, that's his name? Poliano? Calaspiano. There's gotta be a joke that I don't get. Coliaspiano. I don't get the joke, I don't see it. Also, Manny Coach, and don't get one there either. This guy, Quercus alba. The blood of the rising sun on this box belongs to you, Quercus alba.
What?
What?
Why is his blood on the box of samurai dogs? He's not even a victim.
The blood fell onto the box when Mr. Cochin's body was being loaded onto the pushcart. Oh, it's a butterfly's scientific name. Alright, thank you, chap. Thank you. Ice Kitsune. Thank you. At that time, the only two people in the dressing room were the victim and his killer. So that's what you mean. If the blood doesn't belong to the victim.
Then there's only one other person it can belong to.
Yes, and that person is the murderer himself. That's the only logical conclusion. But Mr. Cochin was the one who was stabbed, sir. Why would Mr. Elba have been the one who was bleeding? What if during the murder Mr. Cochin had fought back? Like you would probably do.
You mean if before Mr. Alba could kill him, Mr. Cochin managed to wound Mr. Alba?
Yes, and I believe we have a piece of evidence that proves that he was bleeding then. What is the piece of evidence that shows that Mr. Alba was probably bleeding at the time? You mean the wound he revealed? Mr. Alba, you bear on your body a great wound.
That was from when Mr. Master attacked me with a pair of scissors. Yeah, and that happened way after he was in the dressing room.
But what is that? What is that? What really happened? You can manufacture a weapon by smearing blood on it, so I can't just accept that as fact. Let me try a test, Mr. Alba, and see if the shape of your wound matches the scissors.
You really are something else, Mr. Edgeworth. You don't let a single thing slip by, no matter how insignificant the possibility.
You're one to talk, Mr. Alba. You've managed to give the law the slip for 10 years as the smuggling ring's leader. No matter the danger, you can hide every last ounce of fear and anxiety from everyone. You truly are a one-of-a-kind criminal.
I am the master of my fear. However, to think that a person such as you could miss such a large thing?
You believe I've overlooked something?
You said that my wound was caused by Mr. Cochin? And that it was caused here in one of the theater's dressing rooms, right?
Yes, that is correct.
I'd like to point out that it's simply not possible. My wound is a stab wound, and one that could only have come from a blade. I wonder where you will propose that such a weapon came from.
The key?
This theater was packed with security guards. It would have been impossible for anyone to come into this area with a weapon of any sort.
The key! Just as Mr. Alba was able to bring in the alabaster knife and a bouquet, there must have been some other way to sneak in a weapon of some sort.
But as long as you can't prove that, what that other way is, all your talk about Mr. Cochin stabbing me is pure nonsense. So if that other way does exist, you'd better hurry up and tell me now.
Of course I can. With pleasure.
What? Wait, what?
This piece of evidence shows us how Mr. Cochin brought a weapon into this theater. The key. Among law enforcement, this piece is known as the Ryotagarasu key.
That key! That's a key that my father stole from here 7 years ago.
And it is very unique in that it is both a key and a knife. Meaning that under the guise of a key, it could have been easily brought into the theater.
Ah!
You couldn't dispose of the knife that stabbed you. Therefore, you wiped off the blood and placed it back in Mr. Cochin's pocket. After all, the key itself opens the safe in his office. Inside that safe, there was a document about Kadopian paper, signed by Mr. Cochin. In order to make it look like Mr. Cochin died as the leader of the smuggling ring, you had to make it so that the police were the ones who opened that office safe. All that hard work to save yourself only served to destroy you in the end. Shall we try matching this knife's blade with your wound, Mr. Quercus Elba? Mr. Quercus Elba? How do you match a wound, by the way? Like, How? Good question, how? And scene. And that is what some may call the coup de grace.
Impossible! You can't take me down. It's fine, all of you. Especially Manny Cochin. This is all because of that man's betrayal. He sought to steal control of the smuggling ring from me by removing me as ambassador. Which is why I deserve to die while bearing the guilt for all of my crimes for me. That's why I sent out the Yatagarasu card, and how this incident was born. And I was supposed to be the smuggling ring's leader who was killed by the Yatagarasu. But I had yet another reason, yet another story that was supposed to play out. Manny's death was supposed to bring everything to a close. And I would have gotten away with it, too, if it wasn't for you meddling prosecutors.
I can't believe they gave him that line. I can't believe they gave him that line. Oh my god. Mr. Alba, I'm afraid there's one more question I forgot to ask. This country or Alabast, which country's court would you like to face first? Either way, it's game over for you.
Edgeworth!
That hurts. Oh, I knew it was gonna go old man. I didn't know it was gonna go hollow old man. Snap. Epilogue. On my chest. Alright. March 17, 11:21 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. This is it, the big day. It's Miss Alba's trial today. Next week, he's scheduled to stand trial in his own country of Alabast. Francesca is heading that one. His especially be serving a full course of whiplashes at it. Having to face Miss Von Karma in court right after facing you, sir. Shudder. I don't even want to think what that would be like. I caught a glimpse of Mr. Alba as he was being escorted into the courthouse. And boy, he looked about as glum as I do the day before I get my monthly paycheck. So, I've been thinking, my paycheck, the flight attendant and even Mr. Portsman were all Mr. Alba's secret agents. Correct. That smuggling ring was the common thread between all of the incidents. Chamomile, which was a meal, was to provide support during smuggling ops, using her job as an attendant. And Mr. Portsman was to manipulate trials related to the ring in it to end in their favor. I fly airlines and even the prosecutor's office. No one was safe in the smuggling ring, huh, sir? I suspect there are even more members of this ring spread throughout the world. Yeah, it sounds like such a big out that I can't even begin to imagine what it's like. What is it, Detective? Nothing. It's just, well, come to think of it. Mr. Ernest Amato's trial is also scheduled for later today, sir. I'm aware of that. Mr. Amano has been working with the smuggling ring now for over 10 years. He used the Amano Group's various connections worldwide to assist the ring. But all of that has come to an end as his conglomerate is now undergoing harsh scrutiny. I owe Mr. Amano a debt of gratitude, but he must pay his debt to society. Well, with the arrest of Mr. Alba and Mr. Amano, I guess that's about wraps up the KG8 incident as well, huh? I suppose so. The real killer in the KG8 incident 10 years ago was Manny Cochin. And 7 years ago, the killer in the KG8 incident was Mackerel. So, who was Callisto Yu's sister? She was just someone who got killed? She was a whistleblower, that's why. Those two facts are the unshakable truth, however. It seems that a lot of effort was put into hiding these and other truths from us. Now we'll expose it all at the trials today. You're solving cases left and right today, aren't you, sir? As long as I don't face him, I'm okay. DCU and Deadman. Perhaps now these two brave souls who tried to make the truth known can rest in peace. By the way, I received some gifts from Ambassador Paliano. Shrimp, crab, beef, I don't need any of these, so I'm giving them to you. What? Seriously, sir? This is like a year's worth of food for me, because I don't eat much at all, sir. Like, at all. I have no money. Wait. Actually, I don't think I want them anymore. The way you're holding them, don't tell me they're just coupons, sir.
Detective Gumshoe, have you not read the paper recently? Ever since the two countries became Cadopia again, his economy has changed.
Really?
And it seems that Ambassador Palliano has reaped a few benefits of his own from it. He has been announced as the official ambassador of the newly reunified Cadopia. Ah, but what a pity. Even though every item he sent is a treasure, you don't seem all that okay, that's K. Even though every item he sent you was a treasure, you don't seem all that interested. I thought Palliano was there for some reason. But if you don't want them, I can give them to a levy assistant, to my levy assistant K.
Wait, that's not what I said. So, Mr. Edgeworth, please let me have them, sir.
Actually, come to think of it, where is Kay? How come she's still not here?
She really snuck up on them like that? Hey, you gotta be more out than that.
Ew.
I can't believe you didn't notice. I was even mimicking Mr. Edgeworth's voice for a bit.
I totally didn't notice you, or realize that voice was you. Like she says, ferocious love blooms with each new spring.
Agent Lang, a pleasant surprise to see you here.
It's been a long time since I set foot in a courthouse, but I wasn't going to miss watching the guy who screwed up my country finally get what's coming to him. Well, that and something else. I want to see you in action in court.
Is that so, Agent Lang? You're coming on to me?
We flushed out all the counterfeit bills, Seling Fa, Shang Fa is finally at peace again. And it's all thanks to you. So I just want to say, thanks.
Wow, I never thought I'd see the day old Wolfie says thanks to Mr. Edgeworth.
I should be the one thanking you, Agent Lang. If you hadn't negated Mr. Alba's extraterritorial rights, I would not have been able to bring him into trial. I believe the victory belongs to the both of us in this case.
A shared victory, huh? Look, don't get me wrong. I'll still never forgive you prosecutors. I have zero interest in what that truth thing you talk about in court. I've always done things my way. That's not about to change, you got that?
I see. Well, I believe you should follow your own creed when you do your job.
Yeah, and if there's ever someone your precious truth can't catch, feel free to sit around and cry about it all you want. As for me, I'm going to get that person no matter what.
Sounds like he's willing to doctor things.
Alright. It's about time for the trial to start. I will see you later.
I'll be watching a performance from the gallery. I'm looking forward to this. I prepared a whole ton of ticker tape for today's victory, sir.
Oh yeah, this is supposed to be the reveal that he's the one who does it. Right. Which is funny that he prepared for the victory since he always does it on freaking Phoenix's wins against Edgeworth, right?
I'll help fill some away when Mr. Edgeworth wins.
Hope you've got enough because I'm going to go call my men up as well.
A modest amount of ticker tape goes a long way.
The end. Now for credits speeches. And just not scumshave, just save in case I miss things.
The final act begins. The legend of the great thief Yatagarasu. It's the story of those who chose to dedicate their lives to the pursuit of the truth.
Although one wasn't always ever.
Prosecutors are those who seek a guilty verdict for the defendant they meet. To that end, you have no choice but to necessarily to win. A career was forced on me when I was young. However, I no longer think that is all we prosecutors are. And that is because...
Yeah, the truth is, prosecutors who are trying for the win are the worst prosecutors. They're supposed to be trying to find the truth. Which means if they figure out the defendant is not guilty, they're supposed to make him not guilty.
Even though I've been disqualified from court, I feel as though it's been a lifetime since I've set foot in one. Today, more than any other day, I feel the fight rising within me. The fight within me rising.
Why did they choose for that to be all fast and... Okay. Alright. When he got tied up,
it's like I'm not into this kind of thing. I am really in Mr. Edgeworth's debt for the other day. Thanks to him, I'm still free to serve in the friendly blue skies. Oh, so about my suitcases? I've been selling them on the internet, and they've become a real sensation. Thanks to the praise the art world has lavished on my work as being truly postmodern. Airline has chosen me to design their new line of iFly jumbo jets. Just think, someday you will be able to take a ride in my pink-walled, yellow-seated jet.
You know, artists don't have money, right? Like the super rich ones, but that's about it. But they don't fly that much, I don't think. Ah! Blonk! This son of a beach. I hate that guy.
Edgeworth? Ah, the rudeness of that rude man. Because of him, my time and money is wasted. But more importantly, I received the most fantastic treasure recently, the Primary statue of the Principality of Canopia. It weighs a bit light in my hands, but the Ambassador Poliano was most generous.
Yay. Friggin' angry Sam Kinison? Is it Sam Kinison I'm thinking of? I think Sam Kinison.
We finally caught Agent Hicks' killer, and I was able to witness Mr. Alba's teary eyes. It feels good to finally bring everything to a close. I received another offer from Interpol to work another case in a cooperation with them. However, the Cadopian courts await.
Regan, eh?
Cadopia's hair is supposed to be very fresh, so my whip should find new vigor there.
Oh dear. Oh god, him! Oh, this voice. Meekin's coming up.
Oh, Meekins! This little patrolman has been fired as of today, sir. I thought it was safe since we found the gun I had dropped. But I hadn't noticed that I had dropped my police badge, too. I guess what really broke the camel's back was that I couldn't find my badge. My little life has suddenly tripped into a dark, black hole, sir. I think I'll go to the courthouse and file a complaint with Ruffles, man.
Ruffles, man? I don't know. Oh. Next. Oh, hey, look who it is. All right. I don't remember her name right now. I
was actually hoping to talk with Miss Edgeworth a bit more than I did, but I've got to get going and return to Europe. I still got a long way to go and a lot of stuff to study there. Next time that I help Mr. Edgeworth on a case, I'm going to do it as a real forensic scientist. I'm sure he's going to need all the help I can give him scientifically.
Arc system works. Wait, Arc system works? I've been not paying attention. What? Oh, what voice did I give her?
Because the kidnapping was staged, I was let off easy. But I won't be going outside in much anytime soon, but that's really okay. The only prison I'm forever trapped in is this cage of love. The guard down at the detention center, well, when he's on guard duty, he has such a cold look on his face, just like that prosecutor. But don't. Stop it, Lauren. When will you ever learn to stop being a prisoner of love?
Oh my god. Someone tied that girl down already. Poor cop! Sir, what the hell? Oh, the judge. It appears there's all sorts of drama that takes place outside of the courtroom. Since we judges are here day in and day out, I've only heard a few rumors, but apparently Mr. Edgeworth teamed up with a thief and became a detective. Maybe I should team up with a bailiff and try to become a lawyer or something. No, I should become Santa. Yes, that's it. Yes, I will do that. No memory who that... Oh, it's Maggie. Oh, crap. What's Maggie's voice? I don't remember Maggie's voice right now. Mags. Freaking Gumshoe's girlfriend. Hello.
Phew, I barely escaped death yet again.
Yeah, but boy, were we lucky to have Mr. Edgeworth help us out, huh?
Yeah, but because I lost the key, I got fired from my security guard job.
Don't let it get to you down, Maggie. You still got me.
You're right, sir. I won't be sad. I'm going to pick myself up and get through this. I wonder what my next job should be. Oh, this is actually kind of fun.
How's about wife?
To who?
Oh gosh, she probably makes more money than him. Poliano?
It's me. Why not come to Cadopia for your summer vacation? We have coupons aplenty. Right now, our embassy is proud to present our Let's Investigate a Murder show. Although recreating that particular case has created a few small fires of its own. Then we had a few problems with the fire marshals, but the next event will be great. It'll be an attraction entitled Capture the Yatagdasu. Of course, I hope to enlist Kay's help in creating our latest attraction.
I assume Kay is the final person to talk on this. It'd be ridiculous if Phoenix shows up right here. It's like, hey, guys. Oh, great, Larry's turn.
I can't believe that Mindy ditched me and went to Japan.
Aren't we in Japan?
But it's okay because that's how I met Miharu. We're planning to go to Paris soon and start a business. We're going to sell Blue Ocean dogs. They'll sell like hotcake hot dogs for sure. A blue hot dog and a blue bun. I guarantee it'll turn your tongue and your face blue when you choke on it. I know I'm not really the type to work a lot or at all really, but so I noticed that I really haven't seen the guy in the blue suit at all recently. I wonder what's up. Well, next time we meet, I'm gonna make him eat one of my dogs.
Why does no one say Phoenix? It's weird that they don't just name drop Phoenix. Also, why would he say blue guy in a blue uniform, blue suit when he knows who Phoenix is? His buddy Phoenix, the man who defended him.
Today I gave testimony in court today, as a member of the Yatagarasu. Yo, Mr. Bad, you look well, all things considered. By the way, have you noticed that elements within the ring have begun moving? They're probably fighting over who should succeed, over who should be the next boss. Although, to be honest, I wish I could forget I'd ever heard of that smuggling ring. Ling Shi says, thoroughly bite the poisonous snake from head to tail. No one runs afoul of the law and escapes this whole wolf's fangs. I'll get you all yet. Ah, youth, when did I become so old, I wonder? I've begun noticing the gray hairs in my beard more. I'm thinking of retiring my mirror.
Iji Inafune, really?
Hold back. Yep.
It's my time to shine. Ah. I was the Pink Princess and the Pink Badger all in the span of 2 days. Talk about busy. But it's all right because I got a lot of letter from my beloved Edgeworth. Please take care of your hip, and when you wish to speak, first take off your headpiece. What does he mean by that last statement? It's not like I enjoy being under a headpiece every time I see him. Then some creepy fuzzy pink animal, and then I was the pink princess here just but I was a young man in the stars and there was some wrong costume or something. Even that just feels like a terrible idea. Ugh.
Here we go. You know, I don't think we've ever seen Phoenix head-on, have we? We've seen Edgeworth head-on in Phoenix's game, but we've never seen Phoenix head-on. March 17, 4:33 p.m. High Prosecutor's Office. Sis. Room 1202.
Whoop! I feel so much better now that the trial's over. And as always, your legal prowess was top-notch, sir.
Yeah, nothing beat the look on Miss Alby's face when you revealed the ring secrets. I was amazed. You're like a totally different person when you step into a courtroom.
Mr. Edgeworth is always 10 times fiercer in court. And yet, Phoenix beats his ass every time. Based on the information Mr. Alba offered up, they've begun large-scale operations to clean up the rest of the ring, which I'm happy to leave to Francesca and Agent Lang. So what are your plans now, AK?
Oh, well, we've taken care of the creep who killed my father, so I'm not sure. Hey, I know, maybe I'll just keep on being Miss Edgeworth's assistant.
Are you still trying to steal my job, pal?
Just kidding, just kidding. I can't steal something so important to you, can I?
Ugh, what a relief. Kay?
Yes?
Even after all that's happened, are you still planning to become a great thief?
Of course. But I don't want to tarnish the legend of the noble Yatagarasu. So I'm going to hold off on doing anything until I make a tight three-person team of my own.
Oh dear. A three-person team?
Isn't that these two? A three-person team of young beauties the same age as me, if possible.
Oh my god, okay, now it's not them. With those criteria, I hardly doubt you'll find the other two people you need. There is an Edgeworth too, so if she shows up with another two girls, hello.
My father chose to fight for the truth. I think that's what was so noble about him. But you see, Miss Edgeworth, the only things I will ever steal are the truths that have been hidden away. And money. I'm going to work extra hard to make the world where the Yatagarasu isn't needed.
Let's both strive for such a future.
Well, I guess it's time for me to get going.
I see. Okay, keep your chin up and stay strong, okay? And don't be a stranger.
Don't worry, I'll be back. I'll be sure to break the lock on the window and sneak in.
What? If you could, I'd appreciate it if you came in through the building's front door. It's okay, Miss Edgeworth. The lock on my window at home has been broken forever.
Oh, one last thing before I go. Let's take a group picture, just the three of us.
Yeah, commemorative photo. Every big case has to end with one. No.
Hey, why not?
Don't tell me you're camera shy, Miss Edgeworth. Oh, of course not, Detective.
Come on, Miss Edgeworth, I'm taking the picture now. Hey, come back here.
Miss Edgeworth, you can't run away from this, sir. Hey, Detective Gumshoe. Stop that. I can't be seen doing that. Personal space. Personal space.
Okay, I'm totally taking it now. Say cheese.
And thus the long tale of the Cage 8 incident came to a close. It saw the demise of a smuggling ring and the birth of a little great thief. But there is little time to rest and relax. For I am eager to tackle the investigation into a new case and take on Phoenix again. The reason for my eagerness is my want to pursue the truth and my want to believe in the strength of those who use the power of the law for good. And to face Mr. Blue as someone who has chosen to live my life as a prosecutor. That is my new creed. Just grabs his ascot thingy. The key's going right in his face, by the way. He's like, oh! Key to the face, key to the face. Alright, there you go, it's done. Let's see you continue so we can see the final picture. Do you not get to see the final picture? New game? No, new game just goes to that. Right, okay. Oh, no, there we go, okay. Turnabout visitor. Okay, let me get the other shot. Okay, so final thing. Turnabout visitor. Turnabout airlines. The kidnapped turnabout. Turnabout reminiscence. Turnabout ablaze. Like how it's right over the crash. Alright, I just realized they're all turnabouts. I'm surprised they didn't give Miles Edgeworth his own word instead of turnabout, right? I don't know what it would be, but eh.
Here's a go.
Can I go back? And that's it. This was 2009. God. Wow, this game was freaking 11 years ago. Whew. Well, it was really good. It was a really good game. I enjoyed it. So the next LP is going to be XCOM Chimera Squad, which is really fun. And whenever we come back to this section of things, the voice LPs, it is going to be Mario RPG. Or is it going to be FF6? can't remember all of a sudden. It's gonna be one or the other. It's gonna be one or the other. That's all I know. Or do I want to do Mario RPG? They're all Square Enix games. I guess we'll see. We'll debate. I don't know yet. But that right there is it. That's it. That's the end of this LP. See you at the next one or whatever you want to see next. I believe after Miles Edgeworth, Ace Attorney is, I don't remember, but we're going to do Layton number 5 for sure. Ace Attorney Wikipedia. Here we go. So, really? Oh, okay. So it's Ace Attorney, Justice for All, Trials and Tribulations, Apollo Justice, Miles Edgeworth, Investigations 2 came out 2 years later. Oh, you can also play it on Nintendo DS. Okay, no, in 2011 Nintendo DS. You can also play it on Android and iOS in 2017. All right. And after that, okay. So then it'll be Layton 5, whenever we get to it. And then when we come back to this, it'll be Miles Edgeworth, Ace Attorney Investigations number 2. So we'll be doing that. And after that, it'll be Layton 6. And then it'll be the combination of both of them. There you go. That's what it's going to be. So you've got Phoenix Wright, Professor Layton, combined. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do right there. So that's what's going to happen. And then after that, it'll be Dual Destiny. No. Then it'll be, it'll be Dual Destinies and whatever Layton has. And then it'll be, we have to see if we can find this. And that is The Great Ace Attorney, The Adventures of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Actually, I don't know if we need to do that one. It's a part of the Ace Attorney series, so I don't know if that's one to do or not. Is Phoenix in this? Like, it takes place in, like, ancient Japan? I don't know. It's part of the Ace Attorney series, but it's not Phoenix. Right? Like, I guess we just skip those? Well, they're Japan only anyway, so I don't even know if we can even play them in the first place, but isn't it like Sherlock Holmes or something? Like, I don't know what it is. Takes place 19th century and the dawn of 20th century. It's Meiji period. Okay, Victorian period. It's some English student. Oh, it's the ancestor of Phoenix, right? Okay, that's why. It's the ancestor of Phoenix. So we can debate if we're going to do that or not. We can debate if we're going to do the ancestor of Phoenix or not. I have no idea. Apparently he befriends Sherlock Holmes. So the ancestor of Phoenix teams up with Sherlock freaking Holmes. So that's interesting. Okay. We can debate that. We're still a couple years away from that for sure, because we still got all these other games to get through. But eventually there's Spirit of Justice, which will be the 2016 game, which is the last Phoenix Wright game. So I don't know if they're planning on another one after this. Spirit of Justice is the newest one. And yeah, if there's going to be another one, they just haven't had a new one yet. Like, last one was 2017 with Gyakuten Saiban 2. Naruhodo Ryunosuke no Kakugo. So Ryunosuke is Phoenix's ancestor. So we will see. We'll see what happens in the future. And also there's, of course, eventually we have to do, when it comes to Layton's side, there's Layton's daughter. So that's going to be interesting. Okay, that's everything. Thanks for coming by, everyone. See you next time.